Here we are, it's game 2 on Zelnaga Cavern. Slush is going to be the orange Zerg spawning on the bottom left-hand corner, and his opponent is Liquid Tyler, aka Noni, the blue Protoss at the top right-hand corner. Already a great build from Tyler, and I wonder if he's going to use that Zealot Phoenix build again. And I mean, this time Slush has got to be prepared for it. I don't think he's going to go for the Hydralisks again when he sees that Phoenix opening from Noni, assuming that Noni does it this game, because he knows how vulnerable they are to Zealots. So he may go for Roaches and Hydralisks, he may get some Spine Crawlers in addition to the Hydralisks, or he may use some other different combination that I haven't thought of yet.
So there's those possibilities. So what do you think he's going to go for? Because I know you're a big proponent of pool first on this map because of the way you have to defend your natural.
Yeah, there's no way anyone's going to go for hatch first here. It's just not going to happen.
So then what do? You know he's already gone for that very, very aggressive Stargate build. Do you look for that, or you try and pressure early?
Well, the thing is, if a Protoss player is going for that early Stargate, there is this opening when you can get in there with Roaches, some kind of a Roachling all in, and bust the Protoss player down right away. Having said that, though, I don't think Slush is going to do that. There's not many games I've seen where Slush does just like a ballistic all-in and, crosses his fingers and hopes he wins. So I think he's going to try to play the same game, although this time he may be a little bit more aware of the Phoenix opening, and he's got to be thinking to himself, what do I do differently to defeat that Phoenix opening? A, I think opening the layer a little bit later, getting your drone saturation up is important, and B, getting the Roaches, Spore Crawlers, and later on down the road, Corruptors and Hydras can be helpful. But at first, you've got to deal with the Phoenixes without quick teching into layer and getting those Hydras out.
And Tyler's got a lot going for him right now. He's got the power of fear behind him because Slush doesn't know. He does though. I mean, because Slush doesn't know because Tyler could easily cheese now. He could do another Stargate build. I mean,
your force.
So thank you, the Emperor. Anyway, so
take your hatred.
But Tyler can do a number of different things, and it looks like he's actually going to open with this is curious. This is 2 gates with Cybercore before second pylon. So kind of an interesting build out of him. We'll see if this turns into any sort of tech or if that's going to be turned into a Stalker Rush. It looks like he's already queued up those gateways down to the bottom, so I think this is going to be some form of Stalker Rush.
Is he saving up his Chrono Boost energy on the Nexus is really important. Yes, he is. So yeah, he is going for the 2-gate Stalker Rush right now, which is actually a pretty good build against Zerg because most Zergs aren't going to have speed right away. You can get in there and do a little bit of harass with the Stalkers. You can also pick off Overlords that are flying across the middle of the map. Most Zerg players don't expect a Stalker to come out from the Protoss right away, and they usually just send their Overlords directly to the Protoss base. So they are going to be vulnerable to the Stalkers that will be coming out of that Chrono Boosted gateway, double gateway in fact.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like how Noni is switching up his build. He's trying different things out. He's not letting Slush get into his comfort zone, and this is bad. Look, he's going to lose that first Overlord already.
Yeah, I mean, because of that super early Stalker, looks like one Zergling does manage to make its way in. Slush sees this kind of atypical build, and I wonder how he's going to react to it. Looks like he's going to go after the pylon, but we do have a Zealot coming up, and already looks like a couple of probes are being pulled, so that Zergling is going to get taken care of.
And back at home, Slush reacting with the quick metabolic boost upgrade, so he knows that with all these Stalkers on the field, Speedlings really are his only answer at this beginning portion of the game. Only 5 minutes in, and several Stalkers are on the field starting to attack that hatchery, and it looks like Slush doesn't quite have a response yet. The 8-lings are on the way. Speed is still considerably far away, and Stalkers can kite speedless lings for quite some time, so Noni here in a very comfortable spot. He could reinforce with additional forces, but he has to leave a Zealot at the front door. He cannot allow his front door to be breached by Zerglings. No, he's not leaving a Zealot there, so he's just going all out right now with a lot of forces. We'll have to see what kind of damage he can do.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, because Slush is the kind of player who won't overcommit to Lings, but if he knows that this sort of huge push is coming out, he would probably have to. Looks like Tyler is going to go ahead and expand, however. No pylon on the low ground quite yet. He is just dropping down that Nexus for the time being. This poor Zergling is going to get picked off. There it goes, and just the 2 gateways remaining for the time being, but already we've seen Tyler cause a lot of Lings to be produced.
Holy crap.
Looks like another 10 coming up in addition to the 14, so 24 Lings going to attack to Tyler's base here in a bit. I don't know if Tyler's going to be prepared.
I wonder if Slush knows about that Nexus coming up, or if he's just producing Lings because he's scared of some kind of a 4-gate. Can we see Slush's vision for a second here? Slush's vision.
Oh, Slush's vision. Yeah, yeah. Let me take a look here. Let's see. Ah, come on. There we go. Circling. Got it.
Yeah, he does see the Nexus, so he's going to try to hit this Nexus down and take it out as quickly as possible. But with the positioning of Tyler's forces, I don't know if he's vulnerable to these Lings. Really great positioning by Tyler, and he throws down the force field, preventing the Lings from running behind and getting the Stalkers and Fragile Sentries in the back. And it looks like Slush's surface area here is not enough.
Wow.
And so many Ling carcasses going extinct on the floor, and Slush has to run away with what Lings remain. Endangered species those Lings are now.
I agree with you, man. That was super impressive out of Tyler. He manages to keep all of his units alive. He even pulled one Stalker back, so it would be saved just down to 16 points of health. The perfect number of force fields went down. Everything was working against Tyler at that moment, but ended up being so good. So people are saying to turn on the game sounds. Nothing has changed on our end. The game sounds are on as far as I can hear.
I actually don't have headphones or earphones right now.
I apologize.
So I don't know if there's any game sounds or not.
Actually, I am listening to game sounds. I can assure you.
What it is? It's the Windows mixer. It's not turned on.
It's very possible. It may be that XSplit is still giving us problems. I'm really not sure. I apologize, guys, but I can assure you that nothing has changed during this game. Sound should be on the entire time. So we'll try and figure it out as we go along, or maybe in between the games. But I do apologize. So here we go.
Yeah, guys, we'll get that fixed up as soon as possible. Don't worry, guys.
And so here we go. A couple of drones go down right away. Slush is actually in danger of losing this hatchery, trying to put up 9 roaches, but there's already enough sentries with force field power and the Stalkers that those all should go down here in just a second. Kind of an interesting force field there, not really doing anything, but the hatchery does fall.
The hatchery does fall. Noni gets a huge victory with this push, and now he can pull away, even using force fields to keep the roaches at bay. And Noni comes out majorly, killing off that hatchery. I don't think he could be any happier with that. He has 2 bases right now. He has plenty of production back at home. Yeah, sucked up too much air right there. But yeah, Noni is doing great right now, and Slush is in a lot of trouble. Is he going to try to re-expand out of this, or is he going to go for the all-in? And at this point, I would just argue that his best bet is just to all-in, because if he does try to macro out of this, he's got to double expand.
Yeah.
And where are you going to double expand to? The only location really is these rocks, and he is going to work down the rocks, so he's going to try to macro out of this. I don't know if that's the best decision.
He's still got 31 drones, so he can at least offer a little bit of saturation on each of the bases.
Yeah,
we'll take a look at it. But
it's tough.
It's going to be rough. I mean, especially because right now, actually, Noni going up to, I figured he would have just gone over to like 7 gate and just crushed his opponent, because he could have. I mean, he's at that stage. He could, before Slush is able to put up any sort of expansions or anything like that. But he is actually going up to a Robo. Don't know what that's going to be used for, if that's just going to be used for an observer to watch out for any sort of burrowed lings, or burrowed roaches, I mean, or something like that, or if he is actually going to try and get some immortals out there too.
Why do we have so many people messaging me saying Noni equals day 9? Is Noni really day 9?
It's just, it's a meme right now, as people are saying everyone is day 9 at the moment. So.
Oh, I get it. So you must be day 9 then.
No, unfortunately, no, I am not Mr. Champlot. But anyway, Slush is going to make his way up.
No one can be Mr. Champlot. He's a very unique individual.
Very unique individual.
You cannot match his personality. He's one of a kind.
So here we go. Slush going to make his way up. Tyler pushing his way back through, and he is already going to drive away those units. Looks like Slush just wants to delay so he can get this hatchery up and start realizing some of the production, but immediately this observer is being sent down. And there we go. So Slush going to try and just produce as many roaches as he can to defend one big attack and then inflict a little bit of economic damage, or hope he can establish and retain 3 bases. But with Tyler already with 1 immortal up, a second on the way, this push that's coming out of him could be very, very deadly.
Yeah, Tyler's looking really good right here. He's got an immortal in the mix as well, realizing that Slush has a bunch of roaches out. This army is probably the best army composition I've seen to deal with pure roach. I mean, literally, the Stalker does well against the roach, the sentries with force fields do well against the roach, and the immortal is just a cream on the top. So these roaches have a bit of a difficult situation here, especially if they get sandwiched in between these 2 forces.
That's so good.
Oh no, the force field's locking a lot of roaches out of the way. I feel like Slush should fall back here. He's got an opening and he can fall back. I don't know why he's engaging here, but even if he does fall back, I still don't know if he can weather the storm. Yeah, it looks like the reinforcements are arriving.
I think he's just more sad than anything else. Yeah. This immortal sitting at the back, just taking kills with glee, doing so much damage. There's the GG, well played.
Kills does that have? 5 kills. Oh my goodness.
Congratulations though to Tyler. Tyler, unlike his teammate Genro, does advance into the round of 32, so congratulations to him.